Hey Pisces, thank you so much for joining me. This is a general reading for the full moon in June 2020, and this card desperately wanted to show up for you guys. It popped out twice while I was shuffling, and I also had a crazy dream about a crocodile last night. So this has obviously been hanging around. This message has been wanting to come through for you guys. So what this is about is withdrawal and cooling off and taking time out to gather yourself, not in a passive way, but in actively withdrawing to gather resources and energy and a new perhaps perspective on things. It indicates that it's not time to act or make decisions or rush into anything. It's about intentionally withdrawing, cooling off, and gathering your energy before you make a move. And I can see here that you guys are possibly wanting to escape a situation, break free, move away from something that you've been involved in that possibly hasn't been or isn't a positive situation for you to be in or to have been in. I feel like there's a lot of anger, and again it goes back to this cooling down. I feel like you might be angry about something in the past, and I can see you wanting to sort of really escape and break free of that. But again, you're being called just to wait, to have some patience and gather maybe a bit more, gather resources or gather a bit more awareness around this situation and possibly around where what's going to be best for you, because I feel like you're wanting to really establish something secure for yourself. There's been some disappointment in the past, something that I feel like you're angry, that you want to lash out and move on from. There's a lot of hurried and impulsive energy here, and it's come from, I feel like, a past situation where there was some regret. You may have been let down. I see you here, you're presenting really as focusing on what happened in the past, and perhaps not clear on how you should move on from it or where you should move on to. So again, it's about just sort of taking some time to cool off and let go of perhaps this past situation and any feelings, impulsive feelings you have around that, and just take some time so that you get a clearer picture. Whatever it was that happened in the past, and this, apply it as you will, or what resonates with you. Whatever happened was, it was meant to happen. You may feel disappointed that things didn't work out, but it was meant to happen, because there is a better way forward for you, and you'll come to see that there is something better for you. And it seems like you need to stop looking back at that situation and get some fresh ideas for yourself. I don't normally read reversals, but Page of Swords flew out upside down. So you may be looking back and thinking that that's where it's still at for you. But in this position in the near future, this is saying to let go of that and maybe formulate some new ideas for yourself. Move forward with your own ideas, with some clarity and independence. Really stop looking to other people for ideas or recognition or approval, maybe. that there's, go ahead with your ideas. That's what this is saying, is move forward with your own ideas. And so if you do heed this advice and take some time to gather some energy, ideas and resources, that you will be able to move forward from this past situation. It seems like there's a decision you have to make, something that you're weighing up. Do I go back or do I move forward? There's a choice to make that you might be struggling with. Maybe, tempted to go back to this past situation, relationship. Maybe it was a job that you were in and you're tossing up, whether to go back, you're unsure. There's definitely a choice that needs to be made here. But again, there's this withdrawal that needs to happen. It's saying here, do not rush into anything. This is not the time to make decisions. This is not the time to have that discussion even. This is not the time to rush into anything. It's before you make any decision about moving forward. Take some time. Take some time before moving forward. The message here, the advice, is about setting yourself free. Again, the Seven of Swords showing up initially. This is about setting yourself free from some kind of attachment, something that's had you bound, and that you maybe can't see your way out of at the moment. But it's definitely, the advice here is that you need to move on from this situation, detach, set yourself free, so that you're free to move on independently and develop your own thoughts and get some clarity around this. There's a big call here, I feel, for independence. Independent thought is what is coming through very strongly. And I feel like once you set yourself free and break away from this past situation, you really, it's like all of this inspiration and really emotive energy, something that really bubbles up from the heart, and something that inspires you, that you feel passionate about, that really gives you the energy and vigor and inspiration to move forward from the heart. This is emotional maturity, and it's moving away, or the advice is to wait for this to come to this place where it feels right, where moving forward feels right, because I think you're tempted or to rush in from this place, which is not well thought out, which is not balanced. It's just very aggressive and impulsive and quick thinking. It's being in your head and maybe being in some anger, or at least sort of hurried thoughts rather than emotion. But after this time, if you allow yourself just this time, some patience, just to sit it out for a little while, that you'll come to this place of emotion and passion, and that's what's going to drive you forward. It's far more powerful and far more definitely going to get you to a better and more fulfilling place. This is the path you need to take. So sit it out, wait it out, and wait for that passion and emotion to inspire you to move forward, because that's where you'll get your clarity, and definitely be a more powerful place for you to move on from. So I'm going to leave that there, Pisces. I hope that helped you. Please subscribe if you want to stay in touch and find out what other messages are coming through for you guys. And leave a comment if this helped you or resonated in any way, because I love to hear from you guys.